Go to Gemini.
Geminis. Well, look, I do love that you are going to have Pluto. I mean, look, if it's going to be good, it's likely going to be better for the air signs than anyone else, considering that Pluto is moving into an air sign. So that's going to help you to feel that much stronger and feel like you have this force of transformation that's easy to work with, to integrate, to allow you to make positive changes. And in some way, you're aligning with your values much more clearly and getting clear on what they mean for you. With the fact that Saturn is going to move into the top of your sky, having to do with career, having to do with life purpose, what tends to happen with that is there's a sense of focus on some career goals or outcomes that you may desire or you may want. But you'll be working on that for the better part of the next 3 years, after which the really big rewards tend to come. But it also can be a time of really solidifying those higher successes in your life as well. Now, where it comes to love, though, I will say, again, going to that Venus retrograde, a couple things come to mind. With Venus, love literally is just likely to find you as you're running your errands, going about your business in your neighborhood. Love and synchronicity are very tied. Up until then, though, and especially right up until the later part of March, you still have Mars in your sign. So chances are, if you are connecting with people, it very likely is one of those, love at first sight, or rather lust at first sight, kind of jumping into another person very quickly type of scenarios that becomes possible in the first part of the year. But once we get a little bit later into the year, I think you'll really understand that when you're meant to connect with someone, it can just happen in an instant, which becomes very much the case in the middle of the year.
Right. I think that can I step in now?
Yeah, of course.
So just to confirm some of the things that I heard you say, and also to add to it, I do see whatever injustice you feel has been bestowed upon you, especially in the last 2 years, you're going to be dealing with some of it now. And in this year, it's almost like it has to be dealt with. You won't let it sit anymore. You won't just put it under the table. You won't ignore it. You will not allow it to be sloughed off. So I do see very, very similar energy as the Taurus is going to be bringing things to the table. This is not everybody. This is one major justice. This is the difference. Injustice, I mean. So there will be, you've been stuck inside this, whatever that thing is, for at least 2 years. But the last few months, it's been stirring and you've been trying to deal with it. So I am seeing that the first part of the year is going to be you dealing with it some more and removing it or confronting it, or even journaling would be very helpful to you too. And this is a good thing for Gemini, because it's, communicating even with just yourself. I do see that this is going to be you facing it. So you're going to be journaling it, trying to come to terms with some of it, seeing the unfairness of it, it's not, and the thing is, you're going to blame some of this on the conditions that we just lived through. So maybe it's a relationship that busted because of being too in each other's face. Something as simple as that. And that's going to have to be adjusted on your inside. It does look like it might put either you're going to go all the way in and fix the relationship, or you're going to literally walk away. But if there's been an injustice and it's their fault, this is something you're going to bring out, and you're going to look for balance. Look for balance. It almost has the energy of what a Libra would do, and I suppose there's some relevance in that, just being a Gemini. Now, if you have not sat with counsel, if you have not thought that that's a good idea, I'd like to check in with you, Gemini. I think it would be a really good idea that you do sit with someone who can maybe just help you sort out some of that, what has happened, so that you can move on and not be trapped in the old days, or trapped in the old ways, or trapped in the low vibration of blaming yourself, blaming others. Just staying out of blame is a good thing to do. And I think that's going to be the thing that has to shift in the latter part of the year. I think it'll justify itself, and you'll feel a whole lot happier, and I don't know, maybe even more spontaneous and feisty. And I like the energy I see in the latter part of the year.
Sounds amazing. Yes, agree with all of that. I love that sitting with council idea, with the ninth house so lit up for so many Geminis, for those who are students of astrology.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll forever be a student of astrology.
Forever youthful. That's what I love about Gemini energy, I'll tell you. Like, there's always that curiosity, there's always that opening, that openness to what's happening around them, the spontaneity. I mean, I have a pretty good chart. It's quite mixed, if you will, right? And so I do have a grand trine in air, which is, I have Mars in Gemini, Sun in Aquarius, Pluto in Libra. And they communicate with each other harmoniously. So yeah, I love all that Gemini energy, that curiosity, that openness, that excitement about life and being in the moment.